Today we're talking about power, but not the flashy, loud sort you see in the movies. No, no, no. Not the type you win by flexing biceps or wagging fingers. The real power, my friends, is silent, subtle, and lethal. It's the power that comes with saying less. Always say less than necessary. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a gloriously wicked little weapon if you learn to wield it. Most people, they want to talk. They want to be heard, understood, acknowledged. They chatter on and on, revealing their ideas, dreams, anxieties, secrets. Oh, they'll give it all away, won't they? Because they think talking fills the stillness, protects them, makes them, yeah, I don't know, important, but that's where they're wrong. See, silence is potent. Silence makes people nervous. And worried folks, well, they're ripe for the taking. When you speak less than necessary, you keep them guessing. They're asking, what does he think? What does she feel? What's behind those eyes? What are they hiding? The more you talk, the more you reveal, and the less authority you have. But if you stay quiet, suddenly you're the one in control. Imagine this: two people are in a room. One talks and talks, exposing their life narrative, giving their small ideas, detailing all the reasons why they're so special. And the other just listens, nods, maybe smiles a little, but keeps their lips zipped tight. Now who's in charge here, Who's the one with the power? It's the quiet one, every time. That's the trick, my friends. That's the secret. The quiet one has all the cards. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Joker, won't people think I'm strange if I'm too quiet? Certainly they might. But guess what? People are intrigued by what they don't comprehend. They're scared of what they can't predict. And people, they want to figure you out. The more of a mystery you are, the more they'll come to you, trying to draw you out, figure out what's beneath that stillness. And yeah, it's a great game watching them squirm. You see, when you say less than necessary, you don't just control the conversation. You rule their minds. You plant seeds of doubt, curiosity, dread. Silence, it's like a blank canvas. And people, yeah, they'll fill it up for you. They'll project their thoughts, their ideas, their insecurities onto that blankness. They'll invent whole stories around your silence, and they won't even realize they're doing it. They'll do all the work for you. Think about it. The loud ones, the talkers, they're like open books. And once you've read a book, you put it down, don't you? But a mystery, an enigma, oh, you carry that with you. It nags at you, haunts you, keeps you up at night. People remember the ones who say less, who hold back, who leave a little unsaid. It sticks in their head, drives them wild with curiosity. And isn't that what we all want? To be unforgettable? But there's more to this, isn't there? Saying less than necessary doesn't merely give you control over others. It gives you power over yourself. Think about it. The more you talk, the more you're giving away. You're losing chunks of yourself, dispersing them like breadcrumbs. But when you say less, you conserve your strength. You defend yourself, your thoughts, your feelings. You become impenetrable. When you talk too much, you're scattering your energy all over the place, draining yourself. But when you speak less, you're conserving that energy, building it up, storing it like a battery. And when the time is right, you can unleash it all in one large, devastating attack. A few well-chosen words, delivered at just the right moment, can have an impact far more potent than hours of senseless drivel. Like a punchline to a joke. It's all about timing. Now, I'm not saying to be silent all the time, no. There's a time to speak, of course. But when you do talk, make it count. Every word, every statement, make it count. Make it sharp, make it exact. Don't merely talk for the sake of filling the silence. Speak when you have something worth saying, and then stop. Leave them wanting more. Leave people thinking, what else does he know? What more is she hiding? That's the trick, you see. The art of saying less isn't about being shy or timid. It's about using your words like a weapon. Because words can be dangerous. Words can be twisted, misread, used against you. But stillness, silence is untouchable. Silence is invulnerable. When you say less, you become untouchable. People can't pervert something you haven't stated. They can't attack what they don't understand. And isn't that delicious? Let's face it, most people can't handle silence. It makes people uneasy, edgy. They'll do anything to fill it, to break it. And that's when they make mistakes. That's when they show their own flaws, their own insecurities. All because you had the patience, the self-control to say nothing, to let the stillness speak for you. So, my dear friends, my fellow, let's call you students of chaos, if you will, I urge you to try it. Practice the skill of saying less. Next time someone asks you a question, don't give them the complete answer. Give them a taste, a hint, and watch their reaction. Watch how they squirm, how they lean in, desperate to know more. It's fascinating, and it's powerful. Remember, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to justify yourself, defend yourself, explain yourself. Most individuals, they'll try to get you to talk, to disclose your secrets. They'll ask probing inquiries, seem to care. But you don't have to play their game. You don't have to give them what they want. Just smile, give a tiny nod, and say, nothing. You see, when you say less, you become a mirror. People start to see themselves in you. Their hopes, their anxieties, their dreams, their uncertainties. They project all of it onto you because you're giving them nothing to grasp onto. And that, my friends, is the greatest power of all. To be a mirror, to reflect back at others their own desires, their own fears. To be an enigma. People think power comes from being loud, being aggressive, being seen and heard. But real power, real, lasting power, comes from being invisible, unheard. Comes from being a mystery. The less you say, the more people will wonder, the more they'll seek you, the more they'll crave your approval, your attention. And when they do, well, you'll have them right where you want them. So remember, always say less than necessary. Hold back. Keep your cards close to your chest. Let them ponder, let them guess. The world, my friends, is filled of noise. People shouting, screaming, attempting to make themselves heard. But you're different. You're quiet. You're tranquil. And that makes you dangerous. Because when the quiet ones finally do speak, people listen. They stop, they stare, they hang on every word. Because they know deep down that if you're saying something, it must be worth hearing. That's the power of silence, my friends. That's the power of saying less. So go out there, practice it, hold back, let the silence do the talking. Watch as others flock to you, drawn to you, fascinated by the mystery, the enigma that you've become. And remember, power doesn't have to be loud. Power doesn't have to be ostentatious. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all, After all, isn't it the punchline you don't see coming that gets you the most?